Hey there, you guys, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming. I am playing on my Gala Don't Gem account. Yes, it is my free-to-play account, never have, never will use a single gem. And I've just finally unlocked Arena 5, and we will get to that in just a moment. First, I am going to try the Peter $17 trick to get a legendary or an epic card out of a golden chest by shaking it and, well, okay, so it's probably not going to work. But I do get enough barbarians to upgrade to level 7, and I believe I've been saving my money. I always suggest this to any free-to-play player. Save your money, save your gems for upgrading troops. That is really where you're going to need it. That's the true bottleneck in this game. Don't purchase epics, don't buy chests, just save it to upgrade your troops. As you can see here, I only have one epic card, and that is the Prince. I got him to level 2, but you don't need anything more than that. You don't even technically need epics to succeed, and right here we are going up against a level 7 player. This, right now, my favorite deck by far for Arena 4 and hopefully into Arena 5, and that is, as you can see, a deck that involves really no giant, no big tank, but I do have the Valkyrie and the Barbarians to do the work. And ideally, I am going to use that Prince when my opponent least suspects it. Right here, I grabbed the arrows real quick. I had to pull back what I was about to drop and get the arrows ready. Luckily, I did have them ready, and here we go. Down the right-hand side, a pretty solid push, Valkyrie and the Musketeer, and down the left, the Prince gets to the tower, and before the minion horde can react, has gotten that tower to well below 1,000 hit points. An easy fireball right here is going to be a positive elixir trade, gets that minion horde down, but the Prince did his job. The dragon, not really that worried about a dragon. Again, it's more of a tank card than it is a DPS. He drops the Hog Rider way back there, I guess to try to grab the attention of the minions. Gave me a little more time to react. The Valkyrie gets the Hog out of the way, and I'm feeling pretty good right here with about 1:45 left. Obviously, I've gotten damage on both towers, but I'm hopefully going to get to that left tower and get it out of the way. Again, it's just a matter of waiting for the opportunity to get that Prince in there. Currently, my favorite card at lower arenas, I would say definitely the best epic card down here, although the Witch is pretty good as well. I really like the Prince, and here he goes, this time down the right-hand lane, and he is going to get all the way to the tower once again. The reaction of the minion horde obviously not going to stop the charge, and that is really the key that you want there, is to get that double damage first charge in. So he gets it in, and now both towers of my opponent down to about 700 hit points. Now, obviously, most strategies will focus on pushing just one lane or the other. Here, I've divided the damage up on both sides, and really, I think I had caught my opponent off guard pretty effectively with that second Prince push. He was not expecting it down that right lane, especially with the left lane already so badly damaged. And right here, it's up in the air. I can go left, I could go right, and that is what's going to happen. Once again, the Prince going down the right-hand lane while he's focused, stopping the counter push on the left, and the Prince gets to the tower. Tower down, less than 30 seconds left, and my opponent has a big hole to dig himself out of right here. He's got the Goblin Barrel, but I've got the arrows once again. Easy grab of the Goblins. The Barbarians ideal for dealing against that Hog Rider. Fireball, that was a complete waste. Not a great job there with the Fireball, but it didn't matter. Time is going to run out, and I am going to grab the win over a higher level player with my favorite deck at Arena 4, and hopefully that much closer to Arena 5. Now, I am playing at level 6, but I'm a relatively new level 6, experience still about 1/3 of the way through. So I don't have the highest level cards that you could have, say, at level 6. And right here, I'm facing a player 2 levels ahead, immediately dropping the tiers. I do not like facing players 2 levels ahead. The cards are just so mismatched that it makes it very hard, and honestly, you're relying upon your opponent to make a lot of mistakes. And that is really the only way that you're going to grab a win right here, is the opponent has to have a fundamentally flawed strategy or just not have the right cards to counter your deck. And here again, I'm going to count on the Prince to get the majority of the damage done. And it's a matter of getting that Prince in when you know your opponent is not ready to counter it. So right there, a high value fireball does take out the dragon and all of those goblins. I'm not so worried about the goblins chipping away right here. But the Valkyrie is a great autopilot card. You drop her and she does so well. Now I'm waiting for 10 elixir right here, and I'm going to do my favorite Barbarian Prince push in a second. Wait, okay, so one more card, Musketeer down. I really feel like I need to have a card keeping the attention on the left. So the Musketeer is going to get his attention. He's looking at that Musketeer, and here it comes. Barbarians immediately followed by the Prince. Together they charge in, and the P.E.K.K.A. goes down. What terrible timing. That was just a coincidence. The opponent put a P.E.K.K.A. down at just the right instant that the P.E.K.K.A. got wiped out, and the Prince and Barbarians get to that tower, and the Prince takes the tower down. So that right there, he says well played, but it was a little luck. I will admit that there was some luck right there. He dropped that Prince at exactly the wrong time. In fact, it was kind of funny. Both of us kind of looked like we were focused on one lane, and then we both dropped units on the other lane at the exact same moment. But his Prince was hopelessly outnumbered by the Barbarians, and that is a huge lead right there. We're going into double elixir, but as you can see, I am so far ahead that now it's just a matter of trying to hold off these higher level cards for the next 56 seconds. Barbarians doing a good job of keeping the Musketeer alive. I like that a lot. Fireball, okay, so he's higher level. His Fireball wipes out my Musketeer. Again, just trying to hold him off here. I've got 1,000 hit points left on that tower, so it looks good. Things are looking pretty good right here. The Valkyrie, again, just out there to try to control things, to mitigate the push that's coming, and the Fireball to slow things down as well. Not perfectly timed. Would have liked to have grabbed another Goblin. Got to watch out for that mini P.E.K.K.A. Very dangerous card. Going to grab her off with the Goblins again. Time counting down, and it's just a mad rush to try to hold this guy off from getting to the tower. 20 seconds remain. It looks good. He can't possibly get there now with that pack of Barbarians. Arrows to stop some little units. That is going to do it. He has no chance of getting to the tower, even with this big push coming late. Time is going to run out, and the Fireball. Nice Fireball again, a high value Fireball. Game over. Thumbs up. Good game. And this was the battle that finally got me to Arena 5 for the very first time. So that was exciting. I had never been there before on this account. So we go back home. Sure enough, there I am, Arena 5, Spell Valley. All right, so it's not that exciting, but hey, when you're playing a free-to-play account, these little achievements mean a lot. And it was a long battle for me to finally break that trophy level and get into a new arena. So we'll take a look at another battle. This time, I'm facing a guy that has not only his own Prince, but he also has the giant skeleton, and that is an extremely tough card for lower-level players to counter. I feel like these epic cards, like the skeleton, the Prince, and the Witch, are very difficult for newer players to counter, and I think that's why they feel so overpowered at these levels. But really, the only key to stopping the giant skeleton is to keep him distracted. So here, the minion's a perfect card. He drops the giant skeleton. I don't know, he's thinking by itself that he's hoping it's going to get to the tower, but dropping units right in the middle between your two towers up by the river is a great way to pull that skeleton away from the towers, and that's really all you have to worry about when facing a giant skeleton. Is don't let him drop that bomb within a tile or so of your towers, because that's 1,000 easy hit points that he is going to blast off that tower with one giant skeleton bomb. Now the other key is here, he's used his element of surprise. We know he's got the Prince, we see that, and the Goblins doing the same job to drag that Prince in. Now the Prince and the Dragon wiped out the Goblins, but I wiped out a tower in the meantime with my own Prince, so that worked out really well. Now again, it's a higher level player. We know we're going to lose this right lane tower. No way that is going to survive for another minute and a half at less than 100 hit points. So we're already aware of the fact that we've got to win this. If we're going to win, it's got to be 2-1. So I'm pretty much giving up on this right lane tower. I'm not going to waste any more elixir, but take a look at the hit points I've already taken off of his King's tower. So I could go either way with this. Now he's pushing down the left lane already, so same thoughts from his side. He knows, yes, my tower is history, but I know now that that left tower is down, I can drop units behind his units that come down this left lane. Like the Valkyrie right there, she very easily keeps that skeleton occupied, and here it comes. The Prince Barbarian push down the right-hand side. They eat right through that Tesla, and onto the tower they go. The bomber is not going to be enough. Just the Prince and the Barbarians are almost going to take that tower down. The arrows, okay, not the greatest arrows. I was trying to grab some of the skeleton army and the tower at the same time just for a little bonus. Another giant skeleton is on its way, but another drop of a Valkyrie on the bridge behind the skeleton. Turn him around, and he's not going to get there because I'm going to continue to drop units away from the tower. There we go. Now, this was close. He almost got there. That is within about half a tile of the tower, but the bomb goes off harmlessly. And as we go down to the final 10 seconds, I have almost got his right tower down. I am way ahead in hit points, so things look good. Another giant skeleton heading in, but again, the Valkyrie, ideal card behind the giant skeleton to tank. The minions are going to help take that giant skeleton down, and one more charge on that right lane tower is going to do it. Right here, this was a bit of a mistake. He dropped the Tesla, and I was able to get damage on that Tesla with the minions. Here come the barbarians and the prince and a set of arrows. I don't know, the arrows way too early. They would have been so great on the minions, but we get the tower anyway, just barely. The prince survives, and another 2-1 win for Gala Don't Gem. So he is level 6. He's made it to Arena 5. I'm a long ways from unlocking tournaments, but maybe you guys have already, and I hope that you are excited about the upcoming tournaments. I hope you guys are checking out the channel and making sure you get into every one possible. You know I will be running tournaments probably more often than anybody else would have imagined. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys, as always, for subscribing, for hitting that thumbs up button. Hope to see you in a tournament soon, and hope to see you back here tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galidon, let's go! You and me in the same tournament. I shall destroy you!